Please subscribe my channel. Imagine this. You've always believed that being gentle, understanding, and caring is what defines a great partner. My fiancée, Sophia, frequently mentioned how much she valued my warmth, yet I never imagined that such warmth could turn into a weakness so fast. It all began with a casual remark while we were organizing things. We were relaxing in her home, reviewing the invitations for our upcoming marriage. She glanced over at me, toying with the table setting ideas, and remarked, "Ethan, my buddies say you're overly sweet. They claim I deserve a guy with more spark, someone thrilling." I paused, absorbing her words. Overly sweet. I figured I was precisely the type she desired. The man who knew her go-to-drink by heart, who stayed awake ensuring her comfort, who always added a thoughtful gesture to brighten ordinary days. Then came the bombshell that struck deep. "I think we should pause things. Perhaps try seeing a rebel type for a bit." I stayed composed, no outbursts, no pleas. Instead, I leaned forward and replied softly, "Fine. Then I'll step up and be that guy." Silence enveloped us. Sophia's gaze widened, scanning my face for any sign of sarcasm. There was none. That's the moment it hit me. Excessive goodness can erase admiration and spark, turning reliability into something dull in another's view. In the following days, I reflected deeply on what stepping up truly involved. It wasn't about becoming irresponsible or harsh. I aimed to prove a point while holding on to my integrity. I contacted the event space in Austin, Texas, not out of spite, but to highlight the stakes of her choice. Next, I reached out to the food service team and released the booking. Lastly, the getaway trip, every aspect carefully arranged, was silently canceled. I kept it private, wanting her discovery to feel raw and real, revealing what she'd overlooked. Just 2 days prior to the big day, my phone buzzed. It was Sophia. My pulse raced, but I waited before picking up. When I did, her tone was unsteady, filled with alarm. "Ethan, what on earth is going on?" The event space, the food, the trip, everything was supposed to be locked in. I responded steadily, my calm voice cutting through her frenzy. "Sophia, I followed your wishes exactly. You called me too gentle, too predictable, so I chose to switch things up." She inhaled sharply, followed by a heavy quiet. Her sharpness faded a touch. You can't seriously. This isn't funny." I allowed her distress to linger, unmoved. Deep down, this wasn't rash or mean. It was a clear reflection she never saw coming. If this tale resonates with you and you wanted to touch more lives, tap that like button. Spread the powerful insight embedded here. I recall our initial encounter several years back at a close pals gathering. She was chuckling heartily at a light-hearted quip, lighting up the entire space. That vibrancy pulled me in, her lively spirit. I assumed it would sustain us through challenges. Yet gradually, her appreciation for my reliability shifted to dissatisfaction. The hours that followed blurred into a storm of calls and urgent messages from Sophia's circle. They were stunned, naturally. They never expected her statements to carry real weight. But I focused not on debating, simply on demonstrating that my endurance, honor, and care deserved better. Drop your opinions below. How would you navigate something like this? I'm eager to hear what emotions this stirs in you. As dusk fell, Sophia showed up at my place, clearly rattled. I welcomed her inside. She scanned the bare spaces, stripped of all the festive touches and setups that once overflowed. I can't comprehend. Why did you undo it all?" she murmured. I held her stare firmly. "I grasped perfectly what you implied about my gentleness. So I illustrated the outcome when gentleness faces real repercussions. A profound hush settled, thick with unspoken strain, pushing boundaries of tolerance and regard." She fidgeted, grasping suddenly that my affection wasn't easily swayed or dismissed. I pondered the countless adjustments I'd made through the years, the rescheduled plans, the thoughtful tokens, the steady encouragement. Each caring act wove our bond tighter. But when she craved adventure over commitment, she missed the depth of what I'd offered. Type mutual respect in the comments if you believe partnerships thrive on shared valuing, not just chasing excitement. I didn't escalate my tone or issue warnings. My steps echoed far louder than words. As evening deepened, I observed Sophia move from alarm to introspection, the initial glimmer of realization dawning in her expression. When she departed, the gravity lingered heavily. Our marriage prep had halted. We faced a true turning point. She'd undervalued the treasure before her, and I'd calmly revealed the cost of that misjudgment. The following dawn brought a flood of desperate notes. Sophia's messages evolved from distress to appeals, yet I held off replying right away. She needed time to absorb that this wasn't mere retaliation. It was about awakening. Excessive care isn't frailty, but it's certainly not unseen. She rang again. This round, her words trembled not from fury, but true apprehension. Ethan, I realize I screwed up badly. Can we please discuss this? I exhaled steadily. Sophia, discussion is fine, but know this. The celebration we envisioned is done. I needed you to witness the fallout of casual words. Her quiet on the other end spoke volumes. She hadn't foreseen her wishes clashing so forcefully with my response. Pass this along to anyone grappling with the balance of steadiness and passion in love. It's a vital reminder on honor and limits. We connected later that day at the cozy Brewhaven spot close to my home. Sophia clutched her mug tightly, rising vapor softening her look. I observed her closely. This conversation could shape our path ahead, not merely in romance, but in true comprehension. I crave someone vibrant, someone spontaneous, she began, then faltered. I interjected softly. You felt I fell short because I was dependable, because my care was abundant, not lacking. That's the stability you sought to flee. Her eyes dropped to the surface. She gave a small nod, vulnerability emerging at last after so long. I didn't see it clearly. I just longed for variety. I eased back, absorbing her admission. Often, the variety we pursue isn't superior. It's merely an escape. You desired a thrill seeker, Sophia. I demonstrated the reality when the dependable one demands recognition. A lengthy break hung. Her gaze lifted to mine. No grin, no pleas, just thoughtful processing. For me, that shift felt profound enough. Share a single word or feeling below describing your reaction if you were in my shoes. Let's explore the heartfelt responses this evokes. We lingered another hour, cautiously unpacking the wreckage of our arrangements. I withheld instant absolution, and that was okay. Instead, I outlined clear lines, hopes, and mutual honor. Her pal's views, her hunger for novelty. None would undermine my value anymore. The true strength of deep care shone brightest then. It wasn't dominance, coercion, or pride. It was pure self-honor and worth. When Sophia saw that couldn't be swayed, fear transformed into insight, turmoil into understanding. That evening, strolling back, I marveled at the twist. The very qualities she'd questioned, endurance, warmth, devotion, granted me the upper hand. No need for chaos or hardness. I merely asserted I wouldn't settle for less than deserved. If this prompts thoughts on your own connections, show some love with a like. Comment, would you respond like Ethan? And stay tuned by subscribing for more insightful tales. They all illuminate respect, limits, and heartfelt wisdom. Toward week's end, Sophia began to grasp fully. Her calls shifted to open, sincere dialogue, free of demands. I misread you, Ethan. I got swept up in illusions of desire. Now I understand. I grinned faintly as calm finally returned. Victory or defeat wasn't the point, nor retribution. It was growth, showing that affection sans honor, excitement sans thoughtfulness, passion sans gratitude holds no true value. We paused, resuming marriage details right away. Perhaps we never would. That was secondary. The core truth had landed unmistakably. Yes, I'd been profoundly caring, and that proved my greatest asset, never a flaw. Life's twists are fascinating. Often the most impactful route isn't bold or daring. It's the steady, resolute, honorable one that commands true acknowledgement. In that acknowledgement, genuine honor blooms. Sophia ultimately conceded her error. No sermons needed. My choices conveyed it all, bringing lucidity, strength, and an unexpected serenity. That's the essence of stepping up here. Not inflicting pain or seeking payback, but resolutely upholding your essence and declining devaluation. Now, savoring my brew and reflecting on the turmoil, undone arrangements, and revelations, I see the wisdom wasn't solely for Sophia. It's for everyone questioning the might of warmth, endurance, and firm self-honor. The individual who won't be dismissed lightly wields far greater influence than any thrill chaser ever could.